Let me ask you some. What's a company's most important asset? It's not the stuff in the warehouse or the machines on the factory floor. Nope, it's the people. And today, we're going to dive into how technology is completely changing the game for managing them, turning HR from a back-office headache into a real strategic powerhouse. So let's start with that big question. What is a company's most valuable resource? I mean, really think about it. What's the one thing that actually drives innovation, that creates amazing customer service, that pushes for growth? Is it the product, the brand, or is it something more human?
You guessed it, it's the people. It's always been the people, the collective skill, the experience, the drive of every single person on the team. And in today's business lingo, we have a fancy term for this, human capital management, or HCM. It's a way of saying that employees aren't just costs on a spreadsheet, they're the actual engine of the entire business. Okay, but here's the crazy part. If people are so valuable, why do so many companies manage them with tools that feel like they're from the Stone Age? We're talking paper forms, endless filing cabinets, and systems that don't talk to each other. It's a total paradox, and honestly, it costs companies a fortune in lost time and talent.
So, how do we get out of this mess? Well, that's what this explainer is all about. We're going to start by looking at HR's paper nightmare. Then we'll find an integrated solution that brings some much-needed clarity. After that, we'll unlock some serious HR superpowers and see how it all helps companies plan for the future. All right, let's kick things off with the problem. For way too many companies, the HR department is just drowning in a sea of paper, of disconnected spreadsheets. And this isn't just inefficient, it's actually pretty risky. Let's look at a classic example from our source material, a company called Fitter Snacker. Their HR team was running on a manual, paper-based system, and believe me, it was messy. Job descriptions were all over the place, hiring forms would just vanish, delaying getting people into critical roles. Resumes? They had to be photocopied and physically passed from desk to desk. Talk about slow. And here's the real kicker. All this chaos meant they were losing out on great candidates to companies that were just faster and more organized. So, how do you escape this paper nightmare? The answer, in one word, is integration. And it's time to introduce the hero of our story, a powerful system called Enterprise Resource Planning, or ERP. So what exactly is an ERP system? Well, think of it like the central nervous system for a whole company. It's one piece of core software that connects and coordinates information from every single department: sales, accounting, manufacturing, and, human resources. Everybody is finally working from the same playbook, using the exact same data.
And this is the night and day difference an ERP makes. Before, every department was basically its own little island, with its own separate data. This created what we call information silos. It meant endless re-entering of data, tons of errors, and huge delays. But after ERP, all those islands are connected by one single shared database. You enter information just once, and boom, it's instantly available, accurate, and consistent for everyone who needs it.
Okay, theory is great, but let's see how this really works in practice. How does an ERP system actually take that HR chaos and transform it into crystal clear clarity?
So what you're looking at here is an organization and staffing plan from an SAP ERP system. Now, this is way more than just a fancy org chart. Think of it as a dynamic, living map of the entire company, showing every department, every single position, and who's in it.
And it goes so much deeper than just who reports to whom. This isn't just about lines and boxes on a chart. An ERP system actually forces a company to define the fundamental building blocks of how work gets done. It's about creating a solid, logical structure for the entire workforce. This little diagram here shows you how it all connects. See, you have a person, like Emily Best, who fills the position, say, marketing administrative assistant. That position is part of a bigger job category, which itself is defined by a specific set of tasks. This structure is huge because it makes sure a job title means the exact same thing across the entire company. That's how you get incredible consistency.
And the big payoff for all this structure? Every single piece of information about an employee, from their hire date to their training records to their payroll info, lives in one central, secure digital file. No more digging through dusty filing cabinets. It's all right there, accessible in seconds, but only to the people who are supposed to see it. This is control and efficiency on a whole new level.
All right, so once you have that solid, integrated foundation in place, you can start to do some really cool things. This is where HR stops being just an administrative function and becomes a true strategic partner, armed with some serious superpowers. First up,
Time management, using a tool called CATS, or cross-application timesheets. This lets people log their time against specific projects, which gives the company super accurate data for job costing and payroll. Then you've got automated payroll. This isn't just a time saver. It slashes costly errors, which makes employees happy, and frees up the HR team to focus on people, not paperwork. Third, integrated travel management. This streamlines everything from booking a trip to getting your expenses paid back. And finally, my favorite, training and development. The system can literally compare an employee's skills with the job's requirements, pinpoint any gaps, and then help build a training plan. This turns training from just an expense into a powerful strategic investment. And all of this leads us to the most powerful capability of all, using all this amazing integrated data not just to manage today, but to strategically plan for tomorrow.
Let's talk about one of the most critical things any company has to deal with: succession planning. As our source material puts it, this is the strategy for replacing key employees, and let me tell you, it is absolutely vital for long-term health.
To put it simply, succession planning is how a great company makes sure it stays great. It's about looking ahead, spotting your future leaders, and getting them ready to step up when the time is right. Without a plan, a key person leaving can throw the whole organization into a crisis.
So how does an ERP system make this possible? Well, it's all about the data. It can scan the entire organization to find those high-potential employees you might have missed. It can match their current skills against what's needed for future leadership roles, and it instantly shows you where the gaps are. This allows HR to build super targeted development plans, making sure there's always a pipeline of talented people ready to go.
So when you look at how HR has evolved, it really makes you think. Technology by itself is just a tool. The real, lasting competitive advantage doesn't come from the software. It comes from how well we use that software to attract, develop, and empower the one thing that truly matters: our people. And that's something worth thinking about.